pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Let's get the ball.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Watson now to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike, check. 59. 6-man.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Sam off.
He's checking.
To throw on second down. Morris got him in. It's Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Haywood.
Running from the gun with Henry. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Come on, set. 30 base. Hey, lock it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Here we go, let's bring it.
Look at me. Go.
Tight up. Watch the shit.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Let's go.
At their own 46-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Here's Tyler Newsome now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
19-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 21-0 our score after 1. Now it's the backup, Bridgewater. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 40.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Hey, tight that. There you go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A first down carry for Henry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on second down. Bridgewater. He finds Corey Davis. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah,
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that he almost...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fielded about a yard deep. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the game.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Bridgewater, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
Now Bridgewater. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13, Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
What is that? 19.
Mike. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, good move. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Got it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Check 49. Check 49.
Check 26. Check 26. Check your hot read.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Looking to throw. Lawrence, flush to his right. Now, this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. picked off by Dylan Kohler. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
60-yard.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
34-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
And to give this time to the tailback. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Reset. 19. Cut. Watch the twist.
Now a handoff looking right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Complete. Smith has it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And a busy night for Henry continues. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. He's going deep for Brown. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Hey, Orbit.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Going deep downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And these guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Bring it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it.
On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. Oh, able to avoid him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Set. 19.
Check 55 to Mike. Hey, let's get in that holes.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Now they try the right side here. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 23-yard line.
Come on, set. 10-2 saw.
55.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Again, it's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
I don't think you got it, son.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
60 Pittsburgh. Get it.
And they will take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Let's go. Go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
55 to Mike. Got to do better.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Get set. 19.
Mike 54. Come on. You better bring.
And they take a knee.
Watson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Houston,